माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोधा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोधा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा गिरिधारी श्री राधे जय राधा गिरिधारी श्री राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गौरानिताय 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल अनंत गौड़ी वैष्णव जी हरे somebody wants to read?
Yeah, I'll read from Srila Prabhupada's Leela now.
Okay, thank you, Mother.
Thank you. Chuck, I finally found 2nd Avenue and 1st Street, and I saw through the window there was some chanting going on inside, and some people were sitting up against the wall. Beside me on the sidewalk, some middle-class people were looking in and giggling. I turned to them, and with my hands, palms folded, I asked, "Is this where a Swami is?" They giggled and said, "Pilgrim, your search has ended." I wasn't surprised by this answer because I felt it was the truth. Bruce and Chuck, unknown to one another, lived only 2 blocks apart. After the suggestion from his friend, Bruce also made his way to the storefront. Bruce. I was looking for Hare Krishna. I had left my apartment and had walked over to Avenue B when I decided to walk all the way down to Houston Street. When I came to First Street, I turned right and then, walking along First Street, came to Second Avenue. All along First Street, I was seeing these Puerto Rican grocery stores, and there was one of those churches where everyone was standing up, singing loudly, and playing tambourines. Then, as I walked further along First Street, I had the feeling that I was leaving the world, like when you're going to the airport to catch a plane. I thought, now I'm leaving a part of me behind, and I'm going to something new. Prabhu, I'll stop here.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Canto 4, Chapter 25, text number 50. The characteristics of Puranjana. Pitruhur Nripa Puryadvar Dakshinena Puranjanaha Rastram Dakshina Panchalam Yadi Srudidharanvitaha. Pitur Nripa Puryadvar Dakshinena Puranjana Rastram Dakshina Panchalam Yadi Srudidhara Anvitaha. Pitur Nripa Puryadvar Dakshinena Puranjanaha Rastram Dakshina Panchalam Yadi Srudidhara Anvitaha. Anybody wants to read? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, will go to synonyms. Pitruhu, of the name Pitru. Nripa, O king. Purya, of the city. Dwaha, gate. Dakshinena, on the southern side. Puranjanaha, King Puranjana. Rastram, country. Dakshina, southern. Panchalam, of the name Panchala. Yati, used to go. Srutidhara Anvitaha, along with his friend Srutidhara. Anybody wants to try the translation and purport, please?
I'll try, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. The southern gate of the city was known as Pitruhu, and through that gate, King Puranjana used to visit the city named Dakshina Panchala, accompanied by his friend Shrutadhara. Purport. The right ear is used for karma kandya, or fruitive activities. As long as one is attached to the enjoyment of material resources, he hears from the right ear and uses the five senses to elevate himself to higher planetary systems like Pitraloka. Consequently, the high right ear is described as Pitruhu gate. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timra Andasya Jananjana Salakaya Chachurut Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadadi Swapatantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Sri Yudapada Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavaja Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagagana Raghunathanvidam Tamsajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lelidam Sri Visakam Vitanja He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Ushabhanu Sude Devi Namami Hari Priye Vanja Kalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhudale Srimade Vedavyasa Swamin Iti Namini Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasatya Desatarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Thank you once again for giving me an opportunity to speak something on the subject matter. Today, we are reading from 4th Canto, chapter 25 and text number 50, the characteristics of King Puranjana, the chapter entitled Pitruhu Nrapapur Dakshinena Puranjanaha Rashtam Dakshina Panchalam Yati Sudidharanvitaha. The King Puranjana, as we could see that it's a representation of self, and more appropriate is applicable to King Prajina Parikshit. That's what we have seen. This allegory of Srimad Bhagavatam shows some light on the mind and body connection. The mind includes intelligent and false ego. So all the subtle elements, it includes all subtle elements. How is connected to the body and how body reacts with the mind and with other senses. That's what this allegory is defined. Now, Puranjana departed from spirit soul. So as far as spiritual world, by using his independence, he started traveling in the material world by his unknown friend called Avijnada. That Avijnada represents the super soul. In fact, God accompanies all the spirit soul in their journey, and he observes and sanctions all their activities. Observes and sanctions all their activities. The embodied spirit soul in the body, master of the body. He is the master of the body and does not create any work, nor he induces people to work. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasaka ahankaram vidu vibhudatma. That's in the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter. The soul resides in the city of 9 gates, neither working nor causing work to be done. And the 8th chapter also in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Navadvara Pura Dehi Naiva Kurvan Na Karyam. He doesn't do any work. He just sits in the body. All the activities are done by the material nature with the help of all the senses. So, in this verse, it is described that Puranjana travels to the city of Pitruhu through the southern gate. Southern gate is normally our right ear. Right ear is known as southern gate, as mentioned here. And started enjoying all the facilities available there by him. In the structure of the human body, if you see that the right ear is connected to the auditory system and finally connected to the left brain, left side of your brain. Normally, the left side of the brain is considered to be more powerful because it has got the more analytical. So the right side of the ear is connected to the left side of the brain. So we may conclude that the right side of the ear more powerful, but it is not so. First of all, the brain does not mean intelligence. brain does not mean intelligence. Whereas on the other hand, if you see the left side of the eye, left side of the ear, it is more connected. It is able to detect all your emotional feelings and finally connected to the inner self. So left side is considered to be more powerful than the right side of the ear. Because I'm not going to explain on the left side of the ear, because tomorrow the person who is going to take the class, he is going to explain about the left side of the ear. Whereas the right side of the ear connected to your left side of the brain. Now, having come to this stage, King Puranjana is trying himself to elevate to the Pitruloka. That's what he is trying actually. Pitrulapa Puryadwar. The right is used karma kandya, fruitive activities, as long as one is attached to the enjoyment of material resources. He hears from the right and uses his five senses to elevate himself to the higher planetary system like Pitruloka. Pitruloka is, of course, it's a higher planetary system. Now, what is this Pitruloka? Pitruloka is the place where all departed souls are there. And it is governed by Yamaraj. We all know that there are 14 planetary systems, like upper planetary system, Bhu, Bhuvar, Suvar, Magar, Jana, Tapa, and Satyavara. This is 7 upper planetary system, and the lower planetary system, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Dasatala, Mahatala, Talatala, and Patala. So these are 7 and 7. 7 upper planetary system, 7 lower planetary system, 14 planetary system in any universe, universes. Then where is this Pitruloka exists? We may wonder where this Pitruloka exists. This is not mentioned in any of these upper and lower planetary system. So where this Pitruloka exists? So it is said that the whole of southern celestial sphere, of Bhu and Bhuvarloka. That is, Bhuloka is what is the earthly planet, and Bhuvarloka is upper planet, where the demigods resides. The southern celestial sphere of all the Bhu and Bhuvarloka is called Pitruloka. Now, how this Pitruloka is distinguished from Bhu and Bhuvarloka? Let us come to that point. When Pitruloka is associated with Bhuvarloka, that is upper planetary system, all the departed soul will go there to enjoy their good deeds. So, understand, all the souls which are done their good deeds will go and enjoy Bhuvarloka, that is upper planetary system, and the southern celestial sphere, they will go into the Pitruloka. And once that pious activities are exhausted, they will put into the more expansive Bhuloka, expansive Bhuloka in the southern celestial sphere, where the sinners will face punishment. So once your pious activities are finished, they will go back into the Bhuloka in the celestial sphere, and where they will face the punishment. So, Chine Punye Prityalogam Shandi. So they will come back to the Bhuloka once their good deeds are finished. That is the distribution of the Pitruloka. The Pitruloka souls which are eligible to get human form of life can only enter Pitruloka. Souls which are eligible to get human form of life is only eligible to get Pitruloka. Otherwise, you cannot get. If you are eligible to get human form of life in your next birth, then you are supposed to go to Pitruloka. Then all depends on your karmanya, devanetrena, chandurdeho upati. All depends on your karma and the directions of the superintendent, that Yamaraj. So, therefore, that place is where the souls are awaiting for human form. So Pitraloka that is the Pitraloka, we call it. It is not in the 14 planetary system, but it's a part of Bhu and Bhurloka. Now, our King Puranjana is trying to go to that place, thinking that he will get a human form of life in his next life and enjoy all these senses later on. He wanted to continue his enjoyment of all sense gratification after taking another birth as a human being. That's what he is trying to do, going to the southern gate of the city, and he is trying to go to Pitraloka. That's what it is explained here. How do we know that? We don't know that whether we'll get a human form of life or not. But he's trying. But he's making a futile attempt to go into that Pitraloka and want to enjoy further. So that is the situation of King Puranjana. Now, he is also accompanied by his friend Sutadhara. What is this Sutadhara? Sutadhara is nothing but a super soul, but the characteristic of Sutadhara is one who remembers ever when one is once heard of. He always remembers once it is heard of. That is the characteristic of Sutadhara. And he is trying to go to the city of Dakshina Panchala. Dakshina Panchala is nothing but it is mentioned in the scriptures that in the Bharatvarsha, it is in the northeastern part of India, probably. And it was one of the powerful kingdom on those days in Satyuga and all. And later on, in Dwapara Yuga, it was ruled by the Kuru dynasty. And one of the powerful king was the Drupada, the father of Draupadi Panchali. That's why the place is called Panchala. Later on, it is arrived the name of Panchala. Or she was born there, then she was named as Panchali, something like that. So why Puranjana is trying to go there? Why he is trying to go there? He is accompanied by the friend Sutidhar, and he is going to try to go to the southern part of Panchala city. Anybody has any answer to that question? Because I'm still wondering, because I don't know why he's trying to go there. Okay, he's trying to go into Pitraloka. That's okay. That's fine, because he is thinking that he will get a human form of life next life. He's trying to go to Pitraloka. But why he's trying to go to Panchala? Can anybody show some light on that?
Difficult to say, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
No, difficult to say it.
I don't know, because I'm just wondering why he's trying to go to that city. And maybe because of he wants to enjoy further fruitive activities. He is finding that city is more beautiful, and he can go there and enjoy furthermore. That's what he's trying to do. That's what my contention is. I don't know. It may differ. But as we said that as we said in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Indriyani paranya ahuha, Indriyabhyo param manaha, manastu para buddhi, ye buddhir parastu saha. The senses are more powerful than the dull matter. And mind is more powerful than senses. And intelligence is more powerful than the mind. And the soul is more powerful than intelligence. So the soul is never into any of these things, because the Puranjanas is controlled by his mind, not by his intelligence, not hearing to the soul or super soul. He is not hearing to the Srutidhara. He is not hearing to his own soul, but he is hearing to the mind. Where mind goes, he is going to that. He is going in that. Even though the soul is very greater than all the above subtle elements, unless it is strengthened by the association, there is a very chance that the soul is falling down due to the agitated mind. Chanchalam Srimana Krishna, Pramadi Balavadridam. The mind is always chanchal. That you can find that he is trying to go to each and every corner of the body. That is 9 gates. He is trying to visit all the bodies, all the parts of the body, and trying to enjoy to the maximum, using all his faculties to get the best out of it. That's what he does. Puranjana does. For any spiritual advancement, unless you are materially satisfied, if not, your greed for the material development will frustrating your spiritual advancement. Any material items are not satisfied, and that will become a hindrance for your spiritual progress. You will be frustrating the spiritual advancement. Therefore, we must utilize this human form of life to cross over the nescience of the material existence, and who does not use this body for the purpose it has been created, he becomes a killer of the Atma, the killer of Atma. There's a nice verse in the Ishopanishad. Asurya namate loke andena tamasa vrdaha tamase pretyaha abhigacchandi eka cha atma hana janaha. One who is not utilizing this body for the purpose it is mentioned, he is the killer of this soul. He is the killer of the soul. Okay. How the killer of the soul? Because he will get entangled in the material life. He will be entangled. The soul will be entangled. It cannot be liberated. Life after life after life after it get entangled in the material existence. Not only that, here Puranjana is trying to elevate himself, because he doesn't know what is he is not been hearing to the super soul, but he is not been properly guided by any other person. So the Lord says in the 11th canto, there are only 3 ways you can elevate yourself from the material existence. Jnanam karmancha bhaktimcha. Na upaya anyo asti kutrajit. There are 3 ways you can elevate yourself from the material existence. One is the path of knowledge, one is the path of work, and another is path of devotion. Path of knowledge is knowing about the Supreme Lord, knowing about Vishnu. The path of work is work towards the satisfaction of Vishnu. And number 3, the path of devotion, devotion to Lord Vishnu. Beside this, there is no other means of elevation. Beside this, there is no other means of elevation. Whereas Puranjan is using all his material faculties to elevate himself to the Pitraloka. Is it possible? It is not possible at all for Puranjana to do that. He is trying his level best, but it's not possible for him to elevate himself to the Pitralok. As we can see the characters of Puranjana, we have been seeing that for the last few verses. We have been seeing his characters. He's trying to go everywhere and using all his faculties to enjoy his material existence. We can also see a deep contrast between the characters of King Puranjana on one side, King Puranjana, King Yayati. There's another character, King Yayati. He is also misusing all his material faculties on the one side, and Ambarish Maharaj on the other side. There's a vast difference between these two characters. So to say, to the extent, this Chitraketu also to a certain extent is also included in that, but Chitraketu becomes a great devotee later on. In the case of Ambarish Maharaj, if you compare that, here, one side, here Puranjana is using all his material faculties to enjoy for himself. Whereas Ambarish Maharaj uses Savai, Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo, Vajamsi Krishna, Vajamsi Vaikunta Gunana Varnani, Karo Mandira Marjanadisu, Sudimcha, Karo Achuda, Sat Kada Yudayude. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo. His mind is always thinking about the Supreme Lord and his activities. Vajamsi Vaikunta Gunana Varnani. His words are always describing the Supreme Lords and his abode and his pastimes. Where his hands are used to cleanse the temple of Lord Vishnu. And his ears are always lent to the Satkadayude, the good pastimes of all Vishnus and Krishna Katha. You can see the comparison of these two characters. Though it is an allegory, but you can see these two characters in Srimad Bhagavatam. The two are extreme. These two are extreme characters. And Narada Muni has brought it on the right time to the King Prajina Parishit to realize himself what he is doing. This is one of the greatest teaching of Narada Muni, taking Prajina Parishit. I hope that later on, King Prajina Parishit will understand and he will realize himself after hearing all the stories from Narada Muni. Therefore, as far as we should be more careful in using our faculties instead of material enjoyment alone. We should use our faculties to the service of the Lord and realize why these faculties are given to us, material faculties to enjoy, not for enjoying ourselves always. But we should dedicate all the faculties for the service of the Lord. Therefore, any spiritual advancement without material satisfaction, we should be materially satisfied. We should materially satisfied. Then only we can spiritually progress. Otherwise, it creates a problem for our material spiritual advancement. That's the lesson we could learn from this part of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Of course, it's a very short purport, and of course, we could make a best use of what is the inner meaning of this purport. So there are only three ways you can elevate yourself. One is the jnana, the work of knowledge, the path of knowledge, the path of work, and the path of devotion. That's in the 11th canto. This is the 11th canto where Lord Krishna advises Uddhava regarding the ideal devotional service. ideal devotional service. This is one of the verse in that. So besides it, there is no other way you can elevate yourself from this human form of life. If you want to elevate yourself to from the human form of life, this is only 3 ways you can do. That is knowing about Krishna, working for Krishna, and devotion to Krishna. These are the things. I think with this short purport and explanation, I'll stop here. I'll throw this open forum for question answers or any comments or anything. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dhanava Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for unpacking this short purport. So many things to learn. Prabhu, those who are Brahman initiated, they take the Brahmin thread, wrap it around the right ear. Is there any
Yeah.
connection with this, or what's the explanation?
No, right here because when they it has become suchi actually when they go to washroom, they'll put it on the right ear because we never use our left hand for any other thing. No, left side. Normally we don't use it actually. We always use on the right side every time. When we want to offer anything, we'll use our right hand. So it's also the right ear is more convenient for us to put our Brahmin thread so that it will not touch any unsuchi things. That's why.
Oh, thank you.
There is no other significance.
Also, when the Gayatri Mantra is given, is it through the right ear or left ear?
No, left. That's why tomorrow's lecture, I will take that portion of it. I don't want to touch it upon now. So it is through a left ear. Left ear is more powerful because it connects you to your inner self.
Okay.
Directly to your soul, it is connected. Your left ear. That's why Gayatri Mantra is spoken on the left side of your by spiritual master.
Okay. And when this the rishi who drank the water,
Uh-huh.
his name, I forgot his name. Did he drink it and then took it out from the left ear or right ear? And when the Ganga was flowing, and the Ganga inundated this rishi's ashram, and then the rishi drank the whole Ganga water, and the Ganga was then taken out through his ear. What's his name?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that.
Janvi.
I'm not sure about that. Janwa Rishi. I don't know how it flows.
So
Because it is considered the left side ear is more significant than the right ear.
okay.
Yeah.
So the right ear, people who like
Right
to hear
ear
from
is
right.
also right ear for materially. Right ear is more powerful because it is connected to your left side of your brain.
Okay.
Materially, it is right side is more powerful, but spiritually, left side is more powerful.
Okay. Thank you for explaining.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody got any other comment, queries before we end the class? Doesn't appear to be so, Prabhu. So we'll end the class here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Have a good one.
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद
की जय. His Grace Vaikunteswara Prabhu की जय.
हरे कृष्णा.
जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. गौर भक्तन.